Hello guys, in this episode we'll talk about creating learning playlist using Google Forms. So bakit nga ba natin kailangan gumawa ng learning playlist? Well, learning playlists are often used in a blended learning classroom to facilitate individualized activities. It allows the students to learn at their own speed by breaking concepts and activities into smaller tasks. So that's what we call self-paced. It also allows the student to access this activity anywhere, anytime. And every time may student po na nag-update ng kanyang task, nagko-continue ng kanyang task using the Google Form, nagkaroon po ng real-time feedbacking doon sa record po ng teacher. And lastly, we create Google Form or learning playlist using like Google Form to allow the teacher to differentiate his instruction in delivering his lesson. So ano nga ba ang parts or sections ng learning playlist? So actually there are different sections po that you can put in your learning playlist, but in this demonstration, I'll be sharing the 4 sections of my learning playlist, namely the homepage, student information, lesson and differentiated activities, and save and exit. Sa part po ng lesson and differentiated activities, it may have more than one section, depende on how you break the concepts and activities into smaller tasks. So sa paggawa ng learning playlist gamit ang Google Forms, meron lang akong 3 steps na sinusunod. Una, gumawa ka ng o mag-open ka ng blank form. Pangalawa ay adjust natin yung settings. At pangatlo ay i-design mo na yung Google Form mo. So the first step in creating a learning playlist using Google Form is of course, mag-open ka ng blank form. So in your browser, go to forms.google.com. Then click blank to start a new form. Ayan. So pag click mo yan, you'll be directed to a blank template po. Or ang suggestion po, pumunta ka sa isa sa mga folders mo sa Google Drive, right-click ka doon sa loob nun, then select more, then click Google Forms. So ang kagandahan kapag doon ka nag-create ng Google Forms that kapag kailangan mong hanapin yung Google Form na yun, in the future, madali mo siyang malocate. Second step natin ay i-adjust yung settings ng form. So click the gear icon here. And under the general tab, pwede mo i-check yung collect email addresses. Kung kailangan talaga ng playlist mo yun. Pero since dito, hindi ko kailangan yung si-uncheck ko siya. And gusto ko rin ma-access yung learning playlist ko ng mga students outside my organization. For example, i-uncheck ko yung restrict to users within my organization. And to avoid multiple submissions gamit ang isang account, ililimit ko lang yung response bawat respondents into one. And since gusto ko maging resumeable yung aking learning playlist, i-click ko yung or i-check ko yung edit after submit. So under the presentation tab, i-check natin yung show progress bar. And under the quizzes tab, i-enable natin yung make this a quiz. I-select natin yung to check the grade or release the grade after a manual review. And under respondents can see, i-check natin lahat, missed questions, correct answers, and point values. After that, i-click natin yung save here. So ang last step natin is of course to design our learning playlist. So kukopyahin ko muna yung content ng previous learning playlist ko para mabilis tayo. So ito yung first section ng ating learning playlist at gagawin natin siyang homepage. So sa homepage, ilalagay ko agad yung title mismo ng lesson playlist ko. So in my previous learning playlist, kopyahin ko lang yung content niya. So ito yung title ng mismong lesson natin. And to add a new section, just click this icon here. Okay, so click that add section. At yung second section ko ay save and exit. So save and exit. Then you may add another section by clicking this 3 dots here, duplicate this section, or simply you can just click this add section button here. So for the third section, nakalagay naman dito, section 303. Palitan natin siya ng student information. Yun yung ating third section. At ang fourth section po natin ay yung activity section, depende kung ilan yon. So in my previous example, meron akong apat na activities. Na-breakdown ko siya into four smaller tasks. So in this example sa atin, gawin lang natin siyang mga dalawang activities. So try natin two activities. So let's have five sections. So yung fifth section siguro natin ay yung assessment, self-assessment, kung gusto mo magpa-assess ng matutunan nila sa iyong lesson. So say exit ticket and self-evaluation. Kasi part 2 siya ng ating learning playlist. Ayan. Now let's add some contents to our sections. Let's start first with the homepage. So ang gagawin lang natin is to copy the content in my previous playlist. So for section 105, homepage natin. So ito na. First, let's copy the description dun sa title. Ayan. Then, sa previous playlist ko, sa homepage, meron akong nilagay na learning targets. Meron ding expectations dun sa playlist mismo. Meron ding notes on how to use this playlist. And importantly, meron tayong parang table of contents, yung tinatawag na playlist navigator, that allows the student to jump from one section to another. Okay, so let's start. So to write the learning targets, all you have to do is click this T button here, that is to add title and description. Then let's copy this as our title. Then put your objectives for for this playlist. Then let's add another title and description for the requirements expected for this playlist. Then let's also add some reminders on how to use this learning playlist. And lastly, the playlist navigator. So if you look at here, it's actually a multiple choice question. Ayan siya. So to add a question in our Google form, all you have to do is to click this plus sign here, this plus button there, and make sure the question is in multiple choice. Okay? So we can have short answer, paragraph, and other options. In this case, let's choose multiple choice. And let's add our question. In this case, it's not really a question, it's just a phrase, playlist navigator. And let's add our options, attend this information. Then our first activity, our second activity, the self-assessment. So let's change this to part 2 for this playlist in particular. And the save and exit button. I'm sorry, option rather, there. And if you notice, I also put some description or instruction to remind the students before proceeding. So, here wala tayong description field. So, to activate that, just go ka lang dun sa lower part ng question na to and click this three dots here and check the description. So, pag check natin yung description, and naka-check na po siya, there, makikita natin meron na yung field for the description. So, just copy the description here or the instruction in there. Second, if you notice, meron tayong mga pictures available here para medyo maging interactive naman yung itsura ng ating playlist navigator. So we can also do that here. So we can add pictures sa mga options ng question natin by clicking this add picture icon here. So pag pinik mo yan, you'll be asked to upload a picture from different sources. So in this case, let's just upload a picture from our computer. So hanap tayo ng picture, kunyari student, ayan po. Okay, next is yung picture naman para sa first activity. Kunyari lang they can work collaboratively in this activity. So let's have that icon for group work. Ayan. And let's have the second activity. That's actually a self-evaluation. Say it is, oh, by the way, you can also drag a file here. Okay. So say individual activities. So check natin yung icon na yun. And lastly, add tayo ng picture para sa save and exit. So hanap tayo ng save icon. There. Ayan. And don't forget to enable yung required option. Ano ba? Ayan. Don't forget to enable this required option. Well, required kasi to proceed to the next section. So, i-drag mo lang yung button na to the right. Ayan siya. So, if you want to see kung ano yung itsura ng homepage natin, just go here sa preview button, yung parang mata. So, pag click mo yan, ito na yung itsura ng homepage section natin. Section 1 pa lang yan. So, to proceed to the next section, i-click mo lang yung next. Or, mas maganda, you will be directed to a specific section in this playlist upon clicking a particular menu here or option from this playlist navigator. But in this demonstration, we haven't done that yet. So yun po yung next natin gagawin. Yun yung to enable yung mga options to direct this specific item to a particular section of this playlist. Now, let's proceed to enabling these options here in the playlist navigator to specific section of this playlist. So to do that, just go here lang and just go to the lower part of this question and click the three dots. Kung mapapansin natin, yung pinakahuling nasa right side ng question na to ay X. Ayan siya. So pag click mo tong three dots and check the go to base section, ayan, naka-check na yung go to base section, mapapansin natin magkakaroon na ng drop-down option doon sa mga choices ng multiple choice question natin. So yung X na punta na dito sa bandang gitna. Ayan. So if I click this option, ang default natin is to go to the next section, which is section 2. But section 2 is not attendees information or students information. So kailangan baguhin natin to. So instead of going to the next section, let's direct that to student information. Ito siya, nasa section 3. So click mo lang yun. Similarly, sa part 1 naman, i-direct mo yan dun sa section 4, which is part 1. Yung title mismo nandoon naman, guide mo yan. Sa section, sa part 2, go to section 5. And sa save and exit, go lang siya dun sa section 2, save and exit. Okay? Ayan. Now, bago tayo dumiretso sa next section, i-delete lang natin yung hindi kasamang activities dito para sa playlist, yung part 1 and part 2 and part 2. And this part 4 here will become part 2 na, yung dulo. Okay. Now, after the first section, let's proceed now to the second section, save and exit. So I will just copy the content in my previous playlist para mabilis. Copy, paste. Ayan. Then, kapag direct yung students sa section na to save and exit, automatically, they will submit the form. Pero you might want to ask them if they want to go back to the homepage and continue their work. So at least give that option to them. So mag-create tayo nito. It's a multiple choice question actually. So create tayo ng multiple choice question by clicking this plus sign here. So click plus sign. It's already in the multiple choice option. So ang question natin is, are you sure you want to save it or save and exit? Ayan. So for option A, click mo lang yung go back to homepage. And for option B, no, I'm sure. Submit mo natin. And again, kailangan naka-record din to. Then make sure to enable yung go to section based on answer. And then to go back to the homepage, click mo yung go to section 1. To submit, click mo yung submit form. At dapat every end ng section may ganito tayo. Okay, so gagawin natin yan in every end of the section. Now let's proceed to section 3, yung activity, section 3 yung student information. So copy lang ulit natin yung information dito. So last name, first name, saka section. So for the first name, it's a question pero hindi siya multiple choice. Add tayo ng question. Then let's write last name muna mauna. Paragraph, required natin. Then another, say, first name. Ayan. Yung automatically na-detect siya ng Google form, ma-short answer ang kailangan, then required. Then yung last question natin ay section. Oops, ayan. So just say A, B, and C. O B. E. Ayan. Oops. F. Ayan na, hanggang F na siya. Required natin. Tapos, instead of multiple choices, select natin drop down para mas malinis tingnan. So, para makita yung difference, ito yung itsura kapag drop down ang pinili mo. Click mo yung parang mata na yun. Click mo yung student information or attendance information. Ayan, then click next. So, automatically, nag-jump tayo dun sa section na to, student information. Ayan. So, ito yung itsura nung drop down. Ito lang siya malinis. So, pag click mo yan, lalabas na yung options. Kapag ang click mo naman ay multiple choice, pakita natin. Pag ang click mo doon ay multiple choice, ito yung magiging itsura niya. So, click mo dito parang mata dito, preview. Click mo yung attendance information. Then click next. So, ayan. Parang messy lang kasi nga ang daming nakikita. Okay, so balik natin siya sa drop down. Kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, kapag andito na yung student sa section na to, dapat i-end natin siya palagi dun sa if they want to go to the homepage or to submit the form. Kasi kung wala yun, ito ang magiging itsura niya. Balik ulit tayo, sorry. Ayan, attend this information, click. So, kunyari tapos na ng bata yan, so wala siyang option kung saan siya pupunta. Ang default niya, next lang and back. Ayan, eh paano kung gusto ng batang i-continue yung last part kaagad kasi tapos na yung second activity or if there are 5 activities and the student want to start muna doon sa fourth activity, wala tayong option. So, lalagyan natin ang option na yun. So, again, copy lang natin yung content ng previous playlist ko. Sorry. Ayan. So, ito siya. Ang multiple choice again, where do you want to go next? Ayan. So, create tayo ng multiple choice question. Oops, nawala. Saan siya napunta? Ayun, dito siya napunta. Okay, delete muna natin. So, make sure pa nag-create ka ng multiple choice question, i-activate niyo yung last kung saan niyo siya pwedeng mapunta next. Okay, click lang natin to so that kapag nag-add ako ng new question, right after that question, doon siya mapupunta. Kanina kasi na-click ko yung section 4. Okay, so copy natin yung question, where do you want to go next? Ayan. Then sa multiple choice, correct? Then copy mo, go back to homepage and go to save and exit. Ayan. Then, i-required natin yon. Enable natin yung go to section based on answer. Go to section 1, go to save and exit. Section 2. Okay. So, ayun na. Let's proceed to part 4 pa sa mga activities natin. So, sa activities, meron tayong video. So, first copy ko lang yung description. Now, add natin yung video para panoorin ng bata. So, for our differentiated instruction. So, dito, click mo lang tong add video section. Button rather, sorry. So, click mo yun. Tapos, copy mo yung URL nung video or pwede mo i-search naman online. So, dito mayroon akong URL. Copy ko lang tong URL dito. Okay, delete natin yung part na to. Ayan, automatically nag-search niya siya ng YouTube o ng playlist, rather, Google Form rather. Okay, so, click mo to, select. Ayan. Tapos, lagyan mo siya ng title. Ang title natin mismo is yung video link. Okay, just in case hindi gumana pag click ng bata to. Gusto mo rin siyang i-resize, i-resize mo siya. Kung gusto mo siyang nasa gitna, click mo yung 3 dots dito and center align lang. Ayan. Tapos, kunyari yan lang yung activity natin. Then after that, may prompt question ka na. So, say ito yung activity ka agad. Ayan po. So, gawa tayo ng activity. Add ka lang ng text and title and description. Copy natin yung activity para sa playlist natin ngayon. Copy lang natin 'tong description. Ayan. Tapos may question kaagad. Isang question lang muna tayo, for example, explanation. So, na-try natin yung multiple choice, try naman natin yung parang essay. Wag na. Ayan, copy lang muna natin yung question kasi automatic naman nade-detect ni Google Form na paragraph yung kailangan for that. Okay? I-require natin yung ay no, wag mo pala siyang i-require, ayan. Kasi baka hindi matapos ng bata, hindi niya ma-exit yung section na 'to kasi nga naka-required ito. So, since we want to make this resumable at kailangan self-paced tapos di kaya ng batang tapusin with a given time, so wag lang natin i-require yung question na 'to, okey? So, hayaan natin siyang ganyan and lagay tayo ng rubric. So, nag-insert na tayo ng video sa ating playlist, try naman nating mag-insert ng image. So, just click mo lang yung image button here. So, pag clinic mo 'yan, upload ka lang ng picture sa computer mo. Ayan, ito yung for example, yung rubric natin, ayan po, okey? So, kung gusto mo siyang center align mo siya. So, lagyan mo ng title, for example here, scoring rubric 4, item 1, ayan na. So, tapos na yung section natin. And again, to end this section, let's give an option to the student if they want to save and exit or go back to the homepage so that they can select another section or activity. In this case, dalawa lang naman yung activity natin. But anyway, let's practice that. Add tayo ng multiple choice question ulit. Then, copy natin tong question sa dulo. Where do you want to go next? So, would you like to go back to the homepage or go to save and exit? Actually, pwede mo ring i-copy yung part na 'to, yung question na 'to. So, gawin natin yun dito. Next, i-required mo siya. Then, enable natin yung go to section based on answer. This is go to section 1, homepage. This is save and exit section 2. So, pwede rin i-duplicate mo 'to. Ito yan. Para hindi mo na ulitin yung question, click mo yung parang duplicate icon na yan. Yun, nadoble na siya. So, we can copy this now. I-drag mo lang. Ayan. Sa next section, sa section 5. So, mayroon na yung section 5 natin. Ayun na siya, mayroon na siya. Now, let's continue completing our playlist by having the question for the last activity, which is self-evaluation. So, parang survey siya kung ano yung natutunan ng bata. So, let's copy this description first. Oops. Then, let's have a question for the learning targets. So, in this case, I'll be using multiple choice grid. Okay? So, i-click agad natin yung multiple choice grid para pag nagpalit tayo ng option mamaya, hindi madi-delete yung nilagay mo sa mga options. Kunyari ito, tapos naglagay ako ng short answer pala, mawawala lahat yung option or sorry, drop down pala. Balik tayo, multiple choice. Ayan. So, pag click mo yung multiple choice grid, masisira yung format niya. So, mas maganda simula pa lang i-click na natin yung multiple choice grid. Ayan na siya. Bago mo ilagay yung mga options mo. Okay. So, ito yung mga objectives, learning targets natin. So, kung gusto mong ipa-evaluate kung ano yung natutunan ng bata with respect to these objectives, so ayan, pwede ka maglagay ng 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the scale of 1 to 5. I-rate mo yung sarili mo. So, in this case, ilagay ko lang itong options ito, developing, proficient, and exemplary. Ayan. Tapos, make sure to enable this option. Anyway, isa lang naman siya. Survey naman siya, so enable na natin yan. And lastly, meron naman na tayo nito. So, I guess we're done with our learning playlist. Ayan. Kung gusto mo lagyan ng theme, pwede kang pumunta dito sa theme na yan, baguhin mo yung design. Yan, color, say kung gusto mo red, kung gusto mo purple or green. Ayan. Gusto mo din malagyan ng header, kagaya ng sa akin. Meron akong header dito, customize header. Ayan siya. Ito yung header. So, lagyan din natin yung sa atin. So, click mo ulit yung theme, customize theme icon. Then, click mo yung header dito. So you can choose an image. So you can choose from the options here. You can upload from your desktop. So in my case, wala akong nakalagay sa folder ko na to. So for the meantime, gamit tayo dun sa mga available sa themes. So let me select this one, click insert, then there. Automatic mayroon na tayong header. Ayan siya, purple siya. Okay? So, may nakalimutan lang pala ako kanina, sorry. Doon sa part ng quiz, kasi nga inactivate natin yung settings sa quiz. Ito, para saan ba yun, you might be asking me, para saan ba yung quiz na yan, yung settings na yan. Balik kayo doon sa question na may rubric. Nasaan yung question na may rubric natin? Ito po. So may question dito. So you can click this answer key. In this case, hindi siya multiple choice. So hindi tayo pwedeng maglagay ng specific answer. But since it's essay, pwede tayo mag-designate ng points. So i-click mo lang yung answer key button here. So pag click mo yan, you'll be asked to write a feedback kung ano yung tamang sagot. But in this case, hindi naman objective yung essay natin. So leave it like that first. And mag-set ka na ng points, in this case, 3 points. Ayun siya. So 3 points kasi yung maximum points na makuha mo sa rubric is 3 points. Then done. Next, wag mo na siya i-record ulit. Next, kung makikita natin dun sa settings natin, nakalagay dito sa quizzes, ayan, sa release grade, kung multiple choice yun, saka may specific answer, automatic pag sinubmit yung Google form, may score ka agad. But in this case, essay yun, so i-review natin. That's the reason why we select yung later after manual review. So that before you release the grade, na-review mo yung score ng bata by reading their essay. Okay? So that's it. So i-check natin yung ating playlist. Puntahan mo lang ulit yung parang mata na to. Click this preview button. So ito na yun. So pag pumunta ko sa attendance information, na-try natin kanina, ito na yan. Maglalagay na siya ng, ayan, pwede mo siyang baliktad. So ang last name ko po ay from reads. For example, section F ako. Then go ako sa homepage. Ayan. Then mamili ulit ako ng part 1. Ito. Next tayo. Then manonood ako ng video. Then after that, I will follow this instruction and answer this question. No answer. Ayan. Then go back to the homepage para matapos ko yung activity. O kunyari hindi ko natapos pala. So I just want to go and save. Next. Ito na yung prompt. So are you really sure you want to save and exit? So kung hindi pala, and magbago isip niya, go back to homepage. Kung yes, go and click submit. Ayun. So pag click submit, submit mo siya, mayroon tayong option dito to edit your response. Yung clinic mo kanina sa settings para kung gusto mong i-update, i-update mo lang siya. Sa teacher point of view naman, doon sa playlist mo, pag click mo yung Google Form, go ka sa responses, may isang response na kaagad dito. Ayan siya. Kanina wala yan. So kung gusto mo makita yung response na yan, pwede ka mag-create ng spreadsheet. Click mo yung spreadsheet na to. Ayan, create a new spreadsheet kasi wala ka pang i-create particular to this form. Makikita natin yung update ng bata. Ayan siya. So ito yung pangalan ng bata at ang ginawa niya lang dito ay, sorry loading. Ayan. Ang ginawa niya lang ay nagsagot nung, nasaan na yung sagot niya? Ayun, no answer. Ito yung sagot niya, no answer. Wala pa siyang sagot sa learning targets. So kunyari, yung bata babalik siya dun sa form. Automatic pag magbalik siya sa form, ito yung lalabas. I-click niya lang yung edit your response. Tapos continue na siya kaagad. So hayaan mo lang to. Kunyari gawin ko yung part 2. Next. Tapos sasagutan kunyari, wala akong natutunan dito. Dito proficient lang, dito exemplary. Then, tapos na ako, go to save and exit. Next. Ayan. Submit ako. Next ulit. So, submit. So, pag nag-submit ako, yan yung sinasabi natin real-time feedback. Nag-automatic update 'to. So, meron ng sagot yung part ng learning targets. Ayan po. Developing proficient exemplary. O, di ba ang saya? Ngayon, balik tayo dun sa Google Form natin. So, working naman yung Google Form natin, yung playlist pala natin. So, I guess that's it. Thank you very much for watching.